Most people say obsession is unhealthy. They say it's not good to be obsessed with your goals, to be obsessed with what you're trying to achieve, to be obsessed with your dreams in life. They tell you to have a balanced life. They tell you to relax, to rest. You don't got to work that hard. You don't got to wake up every day and go do this. They tell you to take it easy. But I'm here to tell you today that obsession is what takes you to the next level. Obsession is what gets you everything you want in life. Obsession is what helps you accomplish your goals. Obsession is what helps you make your dreams a reality. Like, the truth is, the people who achieve the most in life are obsessed with it. They wake up, it's all they think about. They want to achieve this goal as much as they want to breathe. They want to become successful as bad as they want to breathe. You got to be obsessed. Obsessed. That's the only way you're going to make it, bro. It's not just something that you do when you feel like it. It's not just something that you do when your body feels good or you're not tired. You do it every single day, as much as possible, because you're obsessed with it. And when you direct this obsession properly, you build your focus, you build your discipline, you be consistent. You got this drive that won't go away because you want it so bad. You're obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with doing content, bro. I post 2 videos a day on TikTok. I post 1 video a day on YouTube. I go live on TikTok for 4 hours a day. And it's not to brag. It's not to make me any different than y'all, because I'm not different than anybody. But I've seen growth through being obsessed. I've seen growth through thinking about this content thing and trying to make it every single day. And if I can do it, you can do the same thing, bro. Become obsessed with what you want to do. Because obsession is what separates you from the people who just want something and the people who actually get it, who actually achieve it, who actually become successful. It's obsession. Because if I'm being honest, bro, you don't accidentally become great at anything. It doesn't just happen. It's not magic. You got to work for it. You got to grind every single day. You got to live and you got to die by it. You got to be obsessed. Like, you can't just be interested, bro. It's not something that you do, like I said, when you feel like it. It's not something that just comes and goes. It's not something that you quit on when it gets hard. Like, there's a difference between being interested and there's a difference between being obsessed. The people who are obsessed show up every single day, no matter what. If they're having the worst day, if they're having a good day, if they're tired, if they're not, if they're motivated, if they're not, if they're inspired, if they're not, you show up. You think about it constantly. It's on your mind 24/7. It's on your mind. Why not go chase after that goal? People who are obsessed improve relentlessly. They got no other choice but to improve. They got no other choice but to make it. There is no plan B because they're so obsessed with plan A. So when you're obsessed with your goals, bro, when you're obsessed with your dreams, there's no choice. There's no decision that you got to make every day to show up. There's no decision that you got to make every day to put the work in. It's who you are. It's your identity. It's the person you're trying to become. You got to be obsessed with that, because it's not just going to happen, bro. You can't just be interested. You got to be passionate about it, bro. You got to be obsessed with it. Every single day, no matter what, you got to put the work in. You got to show up. You got to post that video. You got to make that business call. You got to create that design for your brand. You got to do it. You got to be obsessed with it. So when you become so obsessed with it, bro, your focus just rides along. Like, obsession creates focus. We live in a world today where it's just full of distractions, bro. So many distractions. People around us, social media, whatever you want to talk about, there's so many distractions out here. But when you're obsessed with your goals and you kind of got this tunnel vision, bro, you gain more clarity. You got direction. You know what you're trying to achieve. You got a purpose. You know what your calling is. You're obsessed with it. It's all you think about. It's all you chase after. So when you chase after this goal so hard every single day, you stop chasing after all the other distractions and you just start locking in on one path. You start locking in on your purpose, on what you're called to do, on what you want to do, on the person you want to become. You focus on that. You're so locked in on that. Like, obsession cuts out all the things in your life that don't matter. Because you understand and you realize that if it's not helping you get to that next level, if it's not helping you take a step forward, if it's not helping you make progress, if it's not helping you grow, it has no room in your life, bro. There's no point in you spending time on that. There's no point in you spending energy on it if it's not helping you get better. If it's not helping you grow. If it's not helping you get one step closer to your goals. So become so obsessed with what you want to do that nothing else really matters, bro. The distractions, they can't throw you off. The temptations, they can't throw you off. Be so locked in, be so focused on this one goal that it has no other choice but to work out. No other choice. You know it's going to work out. You got faith it's going to work out. Be that obsessed with it. Don't just be motivated. Don't just be inspired. Don't just do it when you're motivated or inspired. Because obsession is going to beat motivation every single time, if I'm being honest with y'all. Just like discipline. I talk about it all the time. Discipline is going to beat motivation. Discipline is going to beat inspiration. It's the same thing with obsession, bro. It's going to outweigh that motivation you feel every single time. Like, yeah, after you're done watching this video, you might be very motivated to go chase your goals. You might be very motivated to go chase your dreams. But that might only last for a week because that motivation comes and goes. We see it every single year on the first of the year. We got these New Year's resolutions. People want to go to the gym. People want to eat right. They want to get off social media. They want to start a business. What percentage of those people do you think are still doing that today on March 17th? Probably less than 50, if I'm being honest with you, because they were driven off motivation. They had no discipline. They weren't obsessed with it. They weren't really passionate about it. So like I said, motivation is something that is going to come and it's going to go. I'm not motivated to get up in front of this camera every day. I'm obsessed with my craft though. I got discipline. I'm not inspired to post a TikTok every day or get on TikTok live for more than 2 hours a day, but I'm obsessed with it. I know the goals I have for myself. I know what I want to achieve. So this obsession that you have, this discipline that you have is what's going to keep you going in times where you might not feel like it. You might be tired when nobody might not be watching you. For the content creators out there, you're going to post for a long time with no viewers. You're going to post for a long time with no followers probably. But how obsessed with this goal of becoming a content creator are you? Are you going to be driven off that motivation, or are you going to be driven off obsession, off discipline? Like, motivation is going to fade, but you're going to be motivated for a day, probably a week at the most. But what stays is your obsession. What stays is your discipline. That's always going to be there. That passion's always going to be there. The motivation isn't. The inspiration isn't. But while I'm talking about this obsession, bro, there are two kinds of obsessions. There's a right kind and there's a wrong kind. There's two paths you can go down. And it's very important to balance these out when you become obsessed with your goals. Don't be obsessed with the validation. Don't be obsessed with the social media. Don't be obsessed with the attention that you're getting. Become obsessed with growing every day, making progress every day. Become obsessed with your purpose, with mastering discipline, with becoming better. We're getting 1% better every single day. We're taking a step forward every single day. That's what you got to be obsessed with. Not with people's opinions, not with what people are saying about you, the attention you getting, not comparison, none of that. You don't become obsessed with that. You become obsessed with the growth side of things, the purpose side of things, the discipline, the consistency, the good habits, the good routines, becoming better every single day. Because if I'm being honest with y'all, bro, what you become obsessed with determines who you become. So like I said, there's a right path and there's a wrong path. You got to choose the right one. Don't be obsessed with what people are saying about you every single day. Be obsessed with how you're growing every single day, how you getting better every single day. That's the path you got to choose. That's the path you got to go down. And as much as you become obsessed with your goals, you got to become obsessed with the man who brought you here. Your faith, your relationship with God. Like, yeah, you can be obsessed with the growth all you want, the progress, the goals, the work you putting in, becoming who you want to be. But you also got to be obsessed with who's getting you there. Who placed you here? Who gave you that purpose? Who gave you that calling? You got to be obsessed with living intentionally every single day and trying to become more like Jesus every single day. Because without Jesus, without God, we are nothing. There's no level we can reach. There's no goals we can achieve. You need God in your corner, bro. You got to keep God first in everything what you're doing. You got to be obsessed and align that with your purpose. Align that with your faith. Because when your obsession is aligned with your purpose, is aligned with who brought you here, is aligned with who wakes you up every single morning, you become more powerful than ever, bro. You become unstoppable. Because you obsess with your goals, you obsess with God, and he's going to drive you there every single day. He's going to get you through it when the times are hard, when you don't feel like it, when that motivation might fade. He's still waking you up every morning. He's still giving you that push to keep going. So as much as you might become obsessed with these goals and these things you want to accomplish, you can't get there alone, bro. You need God in your corner. So if you haven't built your relationship with God, I advise you to go start that today. Right after this video, let him into your heart, bro, because you can't do this alone. You can't do life alone. It's impossible. So yeah, the world might tell you to not be obsessed. The world might tell you to not spend all your time on this one thing that you want to accomplish, these goals that you got. They might not believe in you. They might not understand where you're coming from, and that's perfectly fine because it's not for them to understand. It's not. Like, the truth is, you should be obsessed with becoming better every single day. You should be obsessed with becoming a better version of yourself every day. You should be obsessed with finding new ways to grow, finding new ways to make progress, finding new ways to learn every single day. Because that's what gets you to the next level. That's what gets you there. But you got to be obsessed with the right things. Because what you're obsessed with will shape your entire life. Like I talked about earlier, be obsessed with the right path, not the wrong one. Be obsessed with your faith, your growth, your progress, becoming better every day, your goals, not the validation, not the opinions, not what people are saying about you, not social media. Be obsessed with the right path, and that path is going to take you farther than you ever could have thought of. Ever. There's only one way to get there, and that's to become obsessed with it. Think about it like you think about breathing, bro. That's how you're going to make it. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button. Went with it 900 subs. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I will see y'all in the next one.